Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to show you guys how to propagate your plants to make more plants. There are many different types of, there's many different ways you can, there's many different types of plants that are easy to propagate. Coleus, Swedish ivy, let's see, pothos, philodendron, Dieffenbachia. But there's also different ways to propagate. The easiest and the most easy way you can propagate is just by cutting and simply placing your plant in water. So like my coleus here, I just did this one the other day and you can see how fast it grew roots. So I clipped this one off the main plant, and you want to, once you clip off your plant or your section that you want to propagate, you're going to want to get all the leaves off of the part that's going to go into the water. You don't want the leaves touching the water, and you can see how very quick they grow roots. So that is the roots, and everywhere that the plant touches in the water, a root will grow out of that. But also with coleus, I don't know about other things, but I know since coleus is in the mint family because of the square stem, I'm sure you can propagate mint this way. But coleus, you can just put it straight into soil. You don't have to put it in the water to grow the roots. That's just a fun way to do things. You get to see the process of the roots growing and all that stuff. So this right here is Swedish ivy. It's, as the name entails, it's an ivy. So you can see this one has no leaves for about a few inches. This one had a few leaves. So you just take off the leaves. You pretend you didn't see that part. Take off the leaves, and my propagation station is full. I like that. But you can propagate bamboo. See, I have bamboo propagated here. Bamboo grows in water. You can't see all of the roots because this is a cobalt bottle, but you can kind of see them a little bit. But yeah, lots of different plants. If there is a certain plant that you have or a friend has that you would like to propagate, just do a little bit of research and see if it's possible. You can propagate, let's see, trees. Hold on. So if there is a plant that does not propagate the way I'm teaching you here, you can get this stuff. This is called Garden Safe Take Root Hormone. It will, you just take your plant, whatever you're clipping, and you dip it into this, and then you put it in soil, and it will propagate roots for you. It will grow roots. So you can take from like woody shrubs, things like that. You can use. That's what this is for. I have yet to use this. Now some plants need to be propagated in, they need to be cut at a certain point to propagate them, such as like a pothos or sorry, my mind is, thoughts are slipping from my mind as they come into my head. But yeah, there's some plants that you have to clip at a certain point to propagate them, such as pothos, like I said. So that is it. That's literally it. And after like a week, you can put them in soil. Or like I said, you can just put them straight into soil. So now I'm going to show you a really quick way to make your own smudging tool. Let me clean up my mess really quick. Hold on. So what I've got here is some, why are the thoughts just totally like slipping from my mind right now? I've got some patchouli. I've got bee balm. I've got artemisia. I have got mugwort, Spanish lavender. I've got some yarrow. I've got some fennel prawns or fronds, I don't know. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a dream sage. So I'm going to take my mugwort. All you do is you just pack it together like this, and you want to kind of just hold the what I do. This is what I do. Okay, so this is patchouli. Put some of this artemisia in here. You can put flowers in here as well. So like you can put just flower petals like this, just hold them in there. I like to take a bunch at a time and just kind of smash them down in there like that. Where's my, where did you go? String. Let me find my string really quick. Where the hell did I put it? Okay, here it is. Now you don't have to use cotton twine. You don't have to use anything special, really, because once the bundle is dry, you can just take the string off, is usually what I do, and it will still stay together for you. So in here I've got some yarrow, like I said, I've got mugwort, artemisia, sunflower petals, some sage, or not sage, some patchouli, some lavender. Oh, this all smells so good. So what you want to do is just hold one end of the string and wrap. Wrap as tight as you can, and you don't want to make these too thick, because if they're too thick, then the center of the stick won't dry properly, and you'll be left with something that does not burn properly. And I also found the best way to get these to stay lit is to add a piece of bark in the center. You can get a piece of any type of bark that you can find, preferably one that has, magical properties, or that is associated with what you're trying to accomplish. You don't want to just willy-nilly put any type of bark in there. Although if your intentions are pure and all that, then it really doesn't matter. But like the best ones for this would be like witch hazel, maple, walnut, apple. There's a bunch you can use. So you just wrap it. So you just do that, and you kind of smush it down as you go, and you just wrap. Doesn't have to be perfect, because like I said, this string is just going to come off anyway. It's just going to come off anyway once it's all the way dry. But you want to wrap it as tight as you possibly can get it, because as it dries, it will shrink, and it will pull away from the string. Now you can use these, you don't have to burn these. You can also just hang them in your doorway. Sometimes I do that. I have a few of them hanging in a few different doorways, as a energy cleanser. Like, so if you hang these in the doorway, anybody who passes underneath this will be instantly saged. And it doesn't have to involve sage to be a smudge stick. And you don't have to be of a certain culture to use this. With Native Americans and their culture, they have certain practices. They have certain things that they say. There are certain movements. There's certain herbs and things that they use. So you making your own sage stick is not going to, it's not cultural appropriation or anything like that. Coming from a Native American, I am 10% Alaska Native, grew up around Alaska Natives my entire life. So as long as you're not the worst thing you can do really for that whole thing is to not check your sources where you buy things, which is why I grow a lot of my own things, because I don't know where the sources are or who the people are that is growing these things. And whoever, when you're, excuse me, when you're around a plant during the growing season or during the growing process, your energy gets infused into that plant. So if you're around somebody who is always negative, or if that plant is around somebody that's always negative, that plant is going to take on those negative sorry, I had to clear my throat. The plant will take on those negative aspects of that person, which is kind of crazy because, you know, sage is supposed to rid all of the toxicity from, you know, everything, but it can also, the negativity that a person holds within rubs off on everything around you, living or breathing or anything like that. So plants, animals, other people. So if you get a sage bundle from somebody that you don't know what kind of person they are, or that you don't really know the company or the ethics, my best advice for you is to set it near a piece of selenite. Set the selenite on top of it, or set a clear quartz on top of it, and leave it there for a few days or a day, 24 hours, and it should, you know, cleanse the sage. So I hope that was informative for you guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.